morning, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. I'm sorry I can't be in class today, but don't worry, I've left you some directions so you can finish all your work. First of all, welcome back. I'm sorry that you were absent and I missed you in class yesterday, but don't worry, we're going to get you all caught up. First, can anyone guess? What are we going to read today? Fairy tales, you guessed it. You must be reading my mind. Take a minute to talk about some fairy tales with your friends. Can you think of any off the top of your head? Let's talk about what you'll need. A fairy tale book. You can find them on the bottom of the bookshelf. If you take a look to your right, you can see them. Does everybody see them? I brought in a bunch of really cool fairy tale books for you guys to read. There's Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, Rumpelstiltskin, Snow White, Cinderella, and a whole bunch more, so you'll have your pick. Next, you'll need your English notebook. You will also need a sharpened pencil. You can have more than one if you want. First, read the story. Please don't rush when you read. You have plenty of time to complete this activity. It's really important that you read carefully and pay attention to details in the story. You have to know what happens, and you have to know what happens to the characters. While you're reading, find the bad character in the story. The bad character is usually easy to spot. He usually does, well, bad things, and sometimes he can be kind of mean. Be careful though, it's not always a he. Next, write down some questions in your notebook. An example question could be, what does the bad character look like? What is his or her eye color? Hair color? What was he or she wearing in the story? Is he tall? Is she short? Another example question is, what does the bad character do in the story? Why is the bad character bad? What did he or she do that got him in so much trouble? You can ask other questions besides just these two. In fact, I think it's a good idea to ask more than just these two. Why don't you take a few minutes and talk about it with your friends? What are some other questions you can think of asking? Great job! And if you think of more later, that's great too. So next, write down the answers to your questions in your notebook. Please write neatly. It is so important to write neatly. You'll need these questions and answers later for another activity, so it's really important that you can read what you wrote. Then take a few minutes and look at your questions and answers. Do they make sense? Are they written neatly? Is there anything else you want to know about your character? You can take this time to look it through your book again. When you're finished, please watch the screencast on the next computer. I have a really fun activity planned for you guys, but it's very important to pay attention to what happens to your character in the story. Let's go over what you'll need one more time. You'll need your fairy tale book. Remember, it's on the bottom of the bookshelf. You'll need your English notebook. And you will need a sharpened pencil. Now, while I'm not in class, it's also important that you remember to be a star student. Let's go over what it means to be a star student. Be respectful of your classmates. Remember, being respectful means keeping your hands to yourself, listening while others are talking, not being disruptive. Work quietly. It's very important when we're working that we can focus, and a lot of our classmates need quiet to focus. Listen to your substitute teacher. And most importantly, try your best. I expect a good report tomorrow. I can't wait to see all of you. Happy reading!